Hello everyone. Welcome to Aptitude Made Simple. Today we are going to learn topic HCF Lcm. So this is the roadmap for learning HCF and LCM. Initially we will see what is HCF, that is highest common factor, and what is LCM, lowest common multiple. Then we will look at the real-time example of HCF and LCM, and we'll also see in which aptitude topics it is going to benefit us for improving the calculation. Then we will look at the method for finding HCF and LCM by prime factorization. And once we find this answer, whatever answer we get in mathematical things, it is always good that you verify your answer. So we will look at the method, whatever answer we have found out for HCF and LCM, is it correct or not? And then we will look at the shortcut trick for getting HCF and LCM. With this, you should be able to do the most of the HCF LCM orally. So let's get started. What is HCF? That is highest common factor, and LCM, lowest common multiple. So whenever you are finding HCF or LCM, it won't be for just one number. It will be either for two numbers or more than two numbers. So let's look at the HCF, highest common factor. So biggest number by which 20 and biggest number by which given numbers are completely divisible. So in this case, we are looking for HCF of 20 and 30. So we have to find the number, biggest number, by which this 20 and 30 are completely divisible. So what do you mean by completely divisible? If we divide 20 or 30 by that number, whatever biggest number we are going to find, we should get the remainder as 0. Let's look at LCM. Since smallest number which is divisible by given numbers. So in this case, we have to find such a small number which is divisible by 20 and 30 both. Okay. Now let's look at that with the real-time example. Let's see, here in one class, we have 30 boys and 20 girls. Okay. So we have to arrange them on the playground. We have a school playground. There we have to arrange them in rows. So here are two conditions that we need to make sure. Like each row should have either boy or a girl. So there should not be combination of boys and girls in the same row. And then you have to make sure that you have an equal number of students in each row. So if this first row is having 5 boys, next will have either 5 boys or 5 girls, but the number should be constant for each row. And you have to arrange them with the minimal space so that whatever the person in front is talking, they will be able to listen them properly. Okay, so we have 30 boys, 20 girls. We have to arrange them in different rows. There are two conditions. Rows should be of equal student and there should not be combination. There should be either all boys in that row or all girls in that row. And we need to utilize minimal space. Okay, so how you will find this? So to solution of this is HCF. So if you find the HCF and LCM, HCF of 30 and 20, HCF is 10. So with this, in 3 rows, you will get 3 rows of boys and 2 rows of girls. In 5 rows, we can accommodate these people. Okay. Let's look at the next example. Assume that there is a playground, circular playground, and Monica and Sanjana came here for running. Okay. So this is the starting point of the playground. And when you complete this round, your one round gets completed. So Monica needs 20 minutes to complete one round and Sanjana needs 30 minutes to complete one round. So now what they have decided, they started together at 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. morning. And what they decided that whenever they are going to meet at the start point together, they will stop their run and they will go home. So let's see. So Monica will start her first round. In 20 minutes, she should be able to complete her first round. Then after 40 minutes, she will be completing her second round. and after 60 minutes, she will be completing her third round. So on all these places, she will come at start point. And for Sanjana, it is 30, and then after 60 minutes, she will come to the start point. So can we say that after 60 minutes, both of them were together at the start point and what they decided initially. So after 60 minutes, that is 8 a.m. After 60 minutes, that is 1 hour. At 9 o'clock, they will stop their run and they will go home. So whatever we have found this is nothing but LCM. Okay. So we got the real time usage of HCF and LCM. And whenever you solve other topics, let's say you solve time and work, you solve pipes and cistern, in all this topic, you will definitely need to find HCF and LCM. And if you can find it orally, that is going to save a lot of time. And whenever you need any simplification, like in most of the topic, you go do percentage or you take any of the aptitude topic, you need to do simplification, like you need to convert fraction into simplest form. So if you know the HCF in single step, you will be able to convert any fraction into its simplest form. Now, let's look at the method of finding HCF and LCM. So we are going to use prime factorization. So first of all, prime factorization means showing a number as a product of prime numbers. So let's say if I put number as 30. So what is the smallest number by which 30 is divisible? You can exclude 1, 2 into 15. 2 into 15 is 30. So now how further 15 we can show as a product of prime number? 3 into 5. So 30 is equal to 2 into 3 into 5. 2 3s are 6, 6 5s are 30. This we can say this is product of prime number. 2, 3, 5 all are prime, right? So this is the prime factorization of 30. Let's take a number as 25. What is the smallest number by which 25 is divisible? After 1, it is directly 5. So can we say 5 into 5? Yes. So 5 prime numbers only. If we have to do 17, you may have to show 1 into 17 because it is just divisible by 1 and 17. So it has exact two factors. So basically it is a prime number itself. So it is better you show it as a product as 1 into 17. Okay. So let's now look at the method of finding HCF and LCM by this method. So let's take example of 20 and 30. So our first step is to do prime factorization of both numbers. So it can be 2 numbers, it can be 3 numbers. The method is going to be same. Nothing is going to be changed here. So first step is we'll do prime factorization of given numbers. Then write number of times or occurrence of each number. So when we say number of times or occurrence, if you look at 30, how many times 2 is coming? 1. How many times 3 is coming? 1. How many times 5 is coming? 1. We always need to refer the last thing, whatever prime factorization we got. If we see 25, 5 is coming 2 times. So we just need to write 5, and in front of that we have to write 2 times. Here 1 time, 17 1 time. So how many times that number is coming in that prime factorization? We have to note that. And step 3, for HCF, take less number of times. So if 2 is coming on the left hand side for 2 times and coming on the right hand side for 3 times. So 2 is smaller, right? 2 and 3, which is smaller? 2 is smaller. So we have to take 2 times. For LCM, take more number of times. So we got 2 times 2 left hand side, 3 times 2 on the right hand side. So 3 is bigger. So for while calculating LCM, you have to take 2 3 times over there. Yeah. So let's start solving this with our method of prime factorization. So 20 is nothing but 2 into 10. So how you can show further? 10 is 2 into 5. So this is the prime factorization of 20. Similarly, we will do the prime factorization of 30. 2 into what becomes 30? 15. And then how you can show 15 further? 3 into 5. So this is the prime factorization of 20 and this is the prime factorization of 30. Now you have to write the number of times or occurrence of each number. So each number, when we say, we talk about the whatever is on the right side of equal to. We have to count this and write their occurrences. So here 2 is how many times? We have 2 times over here. What is the next number here? 2, 2 and then 5. 5 is how many times over here? It's 1 time. And on the right hand side, we will see 2 is how many times? 1 time. 3 is how many times? 1 time. It is better that you write 5 in front of 5 so that comparison will become easy for you. 5 is 1 time and 3 is again 1 time. So on the left hand side, we don't have 3. So when it is not there, just mention it as a 0 time. So this will be helpful when you compare 0 versus 1. If you don't have any value over here, then it will be difficult for you to compare. So it's better if 3 is not there or any number is not there and which is there on the other side, you put 0 times. So comparison will become easy. 0 and 1, which is bigger or which is smaller, based on HCF and LCM, what you are doing. So let's look at finding HCF now. So for HCF, what we have to take? Less number of time. So 2 is 2 time over here on the left hand side. On the right hand side, it is 1 time. So what is less? 2 is less or 1 is less? 1 is less. So we will write 2 1 time. So when we say 2 1 time, we have to just write 2 1 time only. Now let's look at 5. 5 is 1 time over here on the left hand side and right hand side also 1. So if you are the only child of your parent, you know that you are only younger one, you are only elder one. So both the thing, you only. So left hand side it is 1 time, right side it is 1 time. Which is less? Less is also 1, greater is also 1. So we'll write 5 1 time over here. Let's look at 3. 0 time here, 1 time here. Which is smaller? 0 time is smaller. So 0 time means we don't need to write it. So 2 5s are 10. So our HCF is 10. Now let's look at LCM. 2 is 2 time over here, 1 time over here. Which is bigger? 2 time is bigger. So we will write 2 times over here. 5 1 time over here, 1 time over here. What is big? It is same. 1 1 both same, less or more, whatever you want to take, you have to write 1 time only. And then 3 0 time over here, 1 time over here. So what is big? 0 or 1? 1 is big. So you have to write 3 1 time over here. So if you calculate 2 2s are 4, 4 5s are 20, 23s are 60. So your LCM will be 60. 2 2s are 4, 4 5s are 20, 23s are 60. Okay. So with this method, you will be able to find the HCF and LCM very easily. First you do prime factorization, then you write occurrence and compare their occurrences. For HCF, you take less occurrences and for LCM, you take more occurrences. Now we have found the answer that 20 and 30, HCF is 10 and 60. So let's try to verify our answer. So first of all, can you do the product of given numbers? Product of given numbers is 20 into 30. So that becomes 600. Now try to do the product of HCF and LCM. So what answer we got for HCF? We got answer as 10 and for LCM we got 60. So let's try to do this calculation. 10 into 60. Is it 600? Yeah. So product of given numbers and product of HCF and LCM, it is same. So we can say that our answer is correct. First number into second number is equal to HCF into LCM. In this way, you can verify your answer. But this is applicable only for 2 numbers. So if you get any 2 numbers, you find the HCF and LCM of them. You just multiply those 2 numbers and also multiply HCF LCM and compare. If your answer is equal, then your answer is correct. Now we will look at the shortcut method for finding HCF and LCM both. This should be able to help you and you can find the HCF LCM orally. So let's look at the HCF first. So we have to find the HCF of 20 and 30. So which is the smaller number? Which is the bigger number? 20 is smaller, 30 is bigger. So keep smaller number as it's. Keep smaller number as it's and change bigger number to bigger minus smaller. Okay, so you have to keep the small number as it is, like 20 as it is, and bigger number you have to change it to 30 minus 20. Now in step 2, what you have to do? Find HCF for both answers in step 1. So whatever numbers you got, the smaller number was as it is, that is 20, and bigger number, that is 30 minus 20, 10. So you have to find the HCF of 20 and 10. If you are not able to figure it out in the step 2, you are not able to figure out what is the HCF of them, you have to repeat step 1 and step 2 till both answers same. So when we say both answers same, if we get 10, 10 on both the things, like this number also become 10 and this bigger minus smaller also become 10. So anyone can tell that HCF of 10 and 10 will be 10 only. So at that point, whenever it is going to come same, you can stop and you will get your answer. So let's try to solve this. So step 1, keep smaller number as is and bigger number to bigger minus smaller. So can I say 30 minus 20 is equal to 10? So these are the answers of 20, 10 is the answers of step 1. Do you know HCF of 20 and 10? You can say 10 1s are 10, 10 2s are 20, so HCF is 10. But if you are not able to figure it out, you have to repeat the same step. Keep the smaller number as is, smaller number is 10. Change the bigger number to 20, bigger minus smaller, 20 minus 10 is equal to 10. So now 10, 10. At this point of time, anyone who is learning in 3rd standard or 4th standard will be able to figure out both numbers are same. So HCF of 10 and 10 will be always 10. So our answer will be 10. We will try to do a couple of more questions with this method. So 15 and 90, we have to do HCF. So what is the bigger number? 90. And what is smaller? Keep 15 as it is, smaller number as it is, and change bigger number to 19 minus 15. That becomes 75. Now 15, 75. Will you be able to get directly HCF of this? If you can, 15 1s are 15, 15 5s are 75. That is 15. But if you are not able to figure it out, you again repeat the same procedure. Keep the smaller number as it is, 75 minus 15. That is 60. Now, next time when you practice, you just need to write these numbers 2-3 times, or you can do orally also. Now, 15, you can keep as it's, 60 minus 15, 45. You can again do 15 as it is, 45 minus 15, 30. 15, again 30 minus 15, that bigger minus smaller, 15. At this point, you can conclude that 15, HCF of 15 and 15 is 15 only. So your HCF is 15. Let's look at 20 and 25. So let's keep the smaller number as it's 20. And what is bigger number? 25. 25 minus 20, 5. Now what is smaller number? 5. And what is 20 minus 5? 15. Keep the smaller number as it's 15 minus 5, 10. Keep smaller number as it's 10 minus 5, 5. So you got to know in just 2-3 addition, subtraction, in just this 3-4 subtraction, you are able to conclude that HCF is 5. Now let's look at the shortcut method for LCM. So pick greatest number. So if they give you 3 numbers or 4 numbers or any 2 numbers, 3 numbers, 4 numbers, you have to pick the greatest number. Start writing table of it and keep checking if it is divisible by all other numbers. So you have to start writing the table. So if I consider example of 20 and 30, what is the biggest number? 30. So I start writing the table of 30. 31 is 30. Is 30 divisible by 20? No. 32 is 60. Is divisible 60 divisible by 20? Yes. So we can say that 60 is divisible by 20 and 30. So basically, LCM of 20 and 30 is 60. So basically, you have to pick the number which comes in the table of both. So you consider a greatest number first. So keep checking whether the other numbers are coming in that table or not. So 15, 90. What is the greatest number? 90. So I put 90 ones are 90. Is it divisible by 15? Yes. 15 ones are 15, 15 ones are 15, 15 6 are 90. So 90 is LCM of this. Let's look at 20 and 25. So if you start writing table of 25, what is the biggest number? 20, 25. 25 is biggest. So 25 ones are 25. Is it divisible by 20? No. 25 twos are 50. Is it divisible by 20? No. 25 threes are 75. Is it divisible by 20? No. 25 fours are 100. Is it divisible by 20? Yes, it is divisible by 20. So 100 is LCM of this. So if you know the table till 30, your calculation will become very easy. And even if you don't know the table, you can just use addition technique to generate the table on the basis of requirement. Thank you.